What is up, guys? Long time no see. Sorry about that. Life has been crazy and been throwing us all kinds of curveballs. Me and my wife are currently packing up our whole life into a pod and shipping it to another state because we are out of New York. We are leaving Long Island, New York, and we are headed to South Carolina. But that's a video for another time. This video is why I am not buying the new OneWheel GT and why you probably shouldn't either. Now, there's two different ways to approach this. The first one is my standpoint. If you're watching this video, you can see already that I own an XR. And that's the number one reason why I'm not going to buy a GT. Because I already own an XR. An XR that I bought when they first came out. And paid top dollar for. About $2,000 for the package that I had ordered at the time. I know that now they're $1,400, but at the time it was $2,000. And as I look and I compare my XR to the new GT, I see that the XR goes 19 miles per hour and has about an 18-mile range, while the GT goes only 20 miles per hour, just 1 mile an hour faster, and about a 32-mile range. 32-mile range, excuse me. So you almost kind of double the range, if that is the true range, which Future Motion has been really good about kind of underestimating their range. I usually get about 20 miles out of my XR. But anyway, to go another 12 to 14 miles range, is it worth selling my XR now for about $500 or $600, which is about the going rate, and then spending $2,200 to get a GT and have to wait for it to actually show up like I did when I ordered my XR? Well, to me, no, definitely not worth it. The difference between the XR and the GT is just not enough for me to make that jump and order a GT. It just isn't. I'll lose too much on my XR and pay top dollar for a GT. If you're coming from a place where you don't have a OneWheel yet and you're thinking about getting one, well, then you're probably looking at three different ones right now. The new Pint, which has the same speed and range as the XR, or the GT. And of course, everyone always wants the newest, latest, greatest, right? So you're looking probably at the GT. And I would say, unless you have a pile of cash, which I don't, I have to be very careful with how I spend my money, because I am not a rich person by any means. But if you buy a GT now, you are most likely going to wait a few months before you actually receive it. So you're going to wait. And in the meantime, you're going to be buying some aftermarket parts, which are probably going to be sold out. Your bumpers and your side kicks and all these other things, the pads and the grip tape and anything you want to customize your OneWheel. A lot of it's going to be sold out because they don't have enough ready yet because it's a brand new product. Some of the things haven't even come out yet. And you're going to wait for those. And so then when you finally get your GT and you want to go ride it around, you're going to be afraid to crash it up because you haven't gotten your bumpers and whatever else yet. My point is, when anytime something's brand new, you just wait too long to get it, Let everyone else try it out first and see how it is. That's my suggestion. If you're brand new to PEVs and this is going to be your first electric device, my suggestion would be, if you've already saved up $2,200, I'm going to give you a plan to save you some cash and you can thank me later. Don't waste $2,200 on the GT, but go to OfferUp, which is a great app. And no, they don't pay me and I'm not sponsored by them, but I've sold many motorcycles there, bought many motorcycles there, and now I use it for all kinds of other things. I've looked on there extensively and I found XRs for sale with 50 to 100 miles on them, anywhere between $400 and $600. That's a great deal. I would suggest, if you already own a OneWheel and know that you love OneWheels, I would buy one of those. Spend $500 of the $2,200 that you saved up. Alright? Ride it around for a month or two. If you absolutely still love it by the end of 2 months and you're still riding that thing every day, by all means, put it back up on OfferUp, sell it, and go buy a GT. because you're a one-wheel guy. But here's what happened to me. I bought my XR. I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited. I got it, and I was so stoked when I got it. But I rode it around for about a month or two, and honestly, even at this point, I've only got like 250 miles on my XR. I came to realize that I'm more of a electric unicycle guy. And so on top of that, I went out and bought a Tesla V2 electric unicycle for $1,200. And it went twice as fast, it went twice as far, and it was almost half the price that I paid for my XR. So my suggestion is, buy a used XR. This is the same thing I do with motorcycles when I buy motorcycles. You can find such great deals out there. There are people who bought an XR, rode it around for 10, 20 miles, barely got the hang of it, decided it wasn't for them, it was too dangerous, they didn't realize that they could get that hurt, and they put it up for sale, and they're going to take a huge loss, and they're going to sell you an almost brand new XR for like $500. Buy one of those, ride it, see if you truly love it. Then take another $500 out of that $2,200 that you saved up, and go buy a beginner commuter type electric unicycle. Ride that around for a month or two. Ride the both, day in, day out. One day the OneWheel, next day the unicycle. See what you really enjoy and what you really like, and then put them both back up for sale on OfferUp. And then take all your money. You got all your investment money back now, pretty much. I mean, maybe you'll lose $100, whatever. So you got $2,100 now. Now take that money and go buy whichever one you really like. If you really like unicycles, go find an awesome unicycle for that $2,000. And if you really loved the OneWheel, then go buy the GT. Now's the time. You can probably get it a lot quicker now, too, by this time. You've spent a couple months seeing what you really like. But if you buy a GT now, and after a month or two, you're like me and you realize it wasn't all you thought it was going to be, how much do you think you're going to be able to sell that for in the used market now? Maybe you'll get lucky. And somebody who doesn't want to wait for one to be built and come to them might give you like $1,000 or $1,200 for it. That's a hefty loss. And unless you got piles of cash, which I certainly don't, I can't afford to lose money like that. I wish I would have done it this way. But I made a quick decision. I went on Future Motion's website. I talked myself into it. I ordered the XR, and I wish I could go back in time, buy a used OneWheel, and I would have seen that it really wasn't what I love. Don't get me wrong, I still have my XR. I still ride it around. Obviously, you can see me riding in this video, and it is awesome. But electric unicycles are more my speed. Yeah, I love the snowboard style of the OneWheel, and you probably look a lot cooler cruising down the road on the OneWheel than you do on an electric unicycle. But I really don't care what other people look and see. I don't care about their opinion. For me, electric unicycle is where it's at. Goes faster, goes further, more for your money. OneWheel might have it in the safety category though, but it's not going to go on fire. That's a big plus. But anyway, here's my point. I'm just saying, don't waste a ton of money and then find out you made a mistake. You go buy the GT now, it could be a huge mistake. You may end up loving it, but if you buy a used one first, you'll have no regrets. Buy a used XR, ride it around for a little bit. If you love it and you're like, wow, this is so awesome, and all I really want is to just be able to have a little more range, the GT is for you. But if you try that and you try an electric unicycle and you find out the unicycle is for you, you would have wasted all that money on a GT, not be able to get your money back. You know what I'm saying? Just gotta be smart. We gotta be good stewards with what God has given to us. God blesses us. It says all good gifts come from our Father above. So your money, your job, everything you have, in my opinion, comes from God, and we're to be good stewards with it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. What I really want to hear is your opinions down below. Do you have an XR? Are you thinking about upgrading to a GT? Is it worth it for you? Because I know it's not for me, but it might be for you. Tell me why. Do you not have any kind of personal electric vehicles yet, and you're thinking about getting a OneWheel, and you're about to buy a GT? Let me know why. What do you think about my idea about going used first? And if you've had both and you decided you like OneWheels better than electric unicycles, I want to hear why you like that. And if it's vice versa, if you like electric unicycles better than OneWheels, I want to hear your reasons for that. Let's talk about it down in the comments below, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned. There's definitely more to come, especially when I move to a warmer state like South Carolina. Guys, keep your knees in the breeze. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next one.